Welcome to Who's Visitations, and today we're out and about and we're at, where?
Northumberland, Allendale.
And we're at the home of?
Neil Cole's Museum of Sci-Fi.
And we're about to go inside and have a look. Hello, and welcome back to Who's Views. And yes, this is Visitations because we've been out and about, haven't we, Brendan?
Yes, it was a good jaunt out, wasn't it? On a good day, hottest day of the year.
It was actually, but it was lovely. And where we've been to, of course, is we have been to see Neil Cole at his Museum of Classic Sci-Fi. Woo! And yeah, we had a lovely day out, and we thought while we were there that we'd just do some footage for you of the place and present it. And we're going to start this with actually saying, where is it? Well, Allendale is there. It's in Northumberland, and it's right in the middle actually of Carlisle and Newcastle. So I don't think that's unfair to say that, is it, Brendan?
No, I think it's spot on actually. Yeah, right in the middle.
And it's stunning. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, set in this fantastic national park, if you like, as well. I mean, the village of Allendale is absolutely beautiful. And when we got there, we were just like, oh, wow, look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? It was, you were expecting some sort of android invasion to happen at any particular second here. It was absolutely, there's the pub, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that, Who Views. It's absolutely stunning. Now, you can't really tell from that bit there, but Neil's museum is on this road on the left-hand side of your screen now. And if you can see that blue van just there on the left, well, it's just up the road from that. And this is the nearest I can do to zoom in. Now, on the left there, see that blue car? Can you see that blue box? That blue box is the TARDIS. That's where Neil's place is. And as you can see, it's absolutely, it's in the heart of this gorgeous little English village. I was really taken with Allendale. Everyone was so nice, weren't they? And it was just a lovely place.
Yeah, and there's so much to see around there. I mean, yeah, you're right about the android invasion. That is the typical vibe there, isn't it? Absolutely. I mean, and everyone was really pleasant. It was a classic village atmosphere. When we, went to the pub later, it was a very, very pleasant atmosphere there.
Don't tell people that.
But nearby, just so everybody knows, nearby you've got Hadrian's Wall. You've got loads of things to do around there. So it's well worth seeing Neil Cole's Museum of Sci-Fi. But it's you can attach it to lots of little things up there. But Hadrian's Wall. You're not far from
Roman walls, all that sort of stuff. It was wonderful, wasn't it? Well, as I say, we did it. We thought we'd do a little video, didn't we? So we've done a little video now, and it's just a little taster of this wonderful museum. So we're going to show that to you now, and hopefully you'll enjoy this. So it's over to Brendan and myself at Neil Cole's museum. Enjoy.
Sci-fi. And this is visitation number 1. Every kid wanted to do this.
Yeah, here we go. Brilliant stuff here as well. There's lots of designs here, and a lot of screen art here that was using the animations that was donated by Colin Howard. So that's wonderful to see as well.
Sound effects, listen to those with the lighting.
If you went to any of the original exhibitions, especially Blackpool or Longleat, this evokes those memories. I mean, Neil said to us on our summer special Blackpool days that what he wanted to do when he set this up was recreate that sort of feeling spot on, managed it because the lighting is stunning, the sound effects are wonderful.
And how he's displayed on the stands, I mean, he goes through the seasons. So we've hit the 70s here, you've got the Silurian feet, you've got Belial, you've got Davros, you've got the mummy. The
mummies from Pyramids of Mars. We did a review of Ark in Space as well. There's June's tunic from that story, which is a thrill to see. I can't remember ever seeing those. I don't know if they were ever in Blackpool when I was a kid. We've got so much here. And it's just wonderful to see this just all here for us and just looking great. Apparently, this Steyer's foot is here. From the Sontaran experiment.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
Wow. Look at this stuff. It's just
wonderful.
Now have a look at this. This is a mandrel. an actual screen news mandrel from The Nightmare of Eden in 1979. And I can tell why Bob Baker didn't like these things, because he saw these on set and he didn't like them. Because it is, yes.
It's cuddly. It's cuddly.
It's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be a ferocious man-eating, and it does. It's very 70s.
And the lighting is better in here of a mandrel than it was on the programme.
It really is, but it looks like this fun fair thing, doesn't it? You know,
Yeah.
the fur thing that you get today on.
Well, you'd think you had knits in that.
But I can understand why Bob didn't like it, and of course, what happened there is because Bob didn't like this look. When he wrote his K9 Megabytes book in 2020, he changed this. This is actually a teenager, according to Bob, and the things grow up to be more, you know, sort of manhuntery type, vicious creatures with a physique. They actually have a physique. So that was an interesting way for him to get out of that, I take it. But it's great to see it here. But
and when you see the evolution from Davros Silurians to this, you realise there's
evolution
been
or
a shift.
devolution.
Well, yeah, exactly. Gone down.
Brilliant.
Oh.
Right, thrilled about this one.
Oh.
Meet red pteroleptal from the Visitation.
I mean, this is called Visitations. This was the Visitation. This was it, wasn't it? I mean, God, I was just a young teenager. I don't know about you, but this is when Peter Davison hit the programme, and this was one of my favourites.
I love this story. This is actually the remaining surviving pteroleptal costume, and again to see it here lit up like this. I mean, the last time I saw the red pteroleptal, I think it would have been Blackpool exhibition back in '82. It's just.
I just love to see the scarring on them and everything. You know that.
I mean, what a thrill! It's absolutely. And down here,
yeah.
Here's what remains of the pteroleptal leader from the same story from Visitation. And we all know the story of what's happened with these, but oh man, just to see them here.
They went too close in Pudding Lane to the fire, and they all went wrong. But no, I mean. Again, the lighting of them in this museum, almost compared to the programme, is better because they were lit up best in Pudding Lane in the base, weren't they?
Yeah, because that looks really good. But in here, they look really quite good. Can you get a close up of his eyes? Have a look at him. I mean, look how scary he is. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, I have to say, this is one of my secret kind of favourite stories with Misto, the twin dilemma. Here he is. I mean, he was very static, and I can see why. But that's a hell of a mask. That's a really good head mask.
It really is. I mean, it's really ugly. I mean, again, this is sort of another reunion for me because I haven't seen this guy since around about '85 at the Blackpool exhibition, the original Blackpool exhibition. And although it's wear and tear here, it's actually fascinating because you can see how the thing was built. Look at the little arms that are coming through from these little holes here.
The actor has no mobility there at all.
Not at all.
No wonder he just sat on that throne.
Yeah, but look at that. I mean, it's of its day, but again, classic. I mean, this is classic.
Very.
And we have to show you this as well. Look who's here in the museum here. It's the Garm.
The messenger boy of Terminus, yeah. I mean, he had height in the programme. He was overbearing in that, wasn't he? But look at the size of him.
He's absolutely huge.
Absolutely.
Absolutely huge. And it's great to see him though, isn't it? In all his glory here. And being looked after.
He's got more visibility here than he did in the programme. He just kept disappearing, didn't he? Just doing a little kind of job.
Yeah.
Oh, but look.
Yeah. The original face mask or helmet, whatever you want to call this, that Nabil Shaban would have worn in Vengeance on Varos. Huge. Absolutely huge. But wonderful, again, to see, and again, lit up beautifully. It looks great. Absolutely. These are joys, aren't they? To see all this, an absolute joy.
And you could take it back to a classic mask from being a soldier, a Roman soldier, because look, he's got the mouth guard there and everything.
It's so big, it's huge.
You can't beat Cybermen.
Well, you could with the big stick. This, of course, look at this. This is the actual Cyber Scout from Attack of the Cybermen in 1985, which we've done a review about as well. And it's finished off now by Neil, one of Neil's latest finds, which is the actual red rifle. The prop that was used in the show. And it works beautifully, doesn't it, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, even just looking at their costume, we've got costumes everywhere, but the details to them. Of course, you've got the classic visibility for the mouth.
Absolutely. Oh, and you know, this one I noticed as well. The effect has just been steamed over slightly on the mouthpiece, which is great. It works well, but look at the way it's lit up here. It really stands out.
It's designed. You could almost imagine fluid going through those pipes.
Well, that's what I think was supposed to work, wasn't it? And of course, we've got a crayon. And again, going back to the original Blackpool Museum, they were in the 85 the last year of the Blackpool, the original Blackpool Museum. So it's great to see the crayons here, or the crayon here, to be reunited with that.
And of course,
absolutely wonderful.
We all loved Noel's house party, didn't we? And these were strangely made for the Noel's house party. They must have knocked on the door, you know, when Noel had to dash up.
This is where it was coming from. Yeah, it says display commissioned by the BBC for Noel's house party. Back in the day there.
Now stand still, be careful.
Yes, look at this. It's one of the Rani's dinosaurs.
Yeah, Rani master pinned against the TARDIS wall. You had to be blooming careful if they're spilled out.
Now this, I have to take home with me. This is going into the handbag. This is Broton from the Terror of the Zygons, and it's stunning. Get a close up on these eyes. Look at these eyes, viewers. Look at those.
Still got it, hasn't he? You can just and look at that. The lighting is just right. It is as if you were still in the Terror of the Zygons base underneath Loch Ness. He's got the red and green lighting as it was in the original. I can still see where the microphone would have gone, because I used to call these the spaghetti hula hoop people.
Well, you can see, I mean, it reminds you of your tears back in the day, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you can see where the headpiece has gone on here, like this.
Yeah.
You can see where the torso has been slides on as well.
It's almost like facial muscle, isn't it, there? That pulls it.
But the detail is
All
just
the veins.
Incredible.
And it's more fetus-like. This is we had the discussion about this in Day of the Doctor, which is the originals are much better in design.
You look at the hands. Even on the hands, you don't really see that. They're all the suckers
like
on
an
there.
octopus.
Yeah, so it worked with them. Really worked with their machinery, whatever you want to
Organic,
call it.
very.
It's absolutely stunning. But it's great to see them here in Neil Cole's museum. And being looked after.
He wants to take it home.
I'm going to take it home.
I'm having it.
No, I'm going to nick this right
now.
No,
I'm having it.
Don't bother coming to see this one.
It won't be.
But here we have Broton from Terror of the Zygons. And there we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was brilliant. Absolutely. And that's just a snapshot, isn't it, Brendan? Because it is a museum of classic science fiction. And on the other side to the Doctor Who area, it's packed. I could not believe some of the classic stuff he's got in there. And it is classic science fiction. And I got very excited over some of the Blake Seven stuff that was in there. You know, to see the outfit. And he's also got the plan of the Liberator seating area. You know, which was that big padded 1970s hangout area on this big massive spaceship. But it's just a joy to go around there. Darth Vader is in there as well, because you've got all that put out. What else has he got? He's got items from Alien, or the Alien thing. Ooh.
Yeah, and from Independence Day as well. And I mean, what we notice as you go around the basement here is the tentacles from that creature. He's stretched out. I mean, he said to exhibit it is difficult, to find it a spot, and its tentacles go for ages. It's a labour of love. I mean, Neil was telling us later, wasn't he? And I have to say, if you go to the museum, try and catch a word with him, because he knows everything about all these exhibits, of course, how he collected them, how he's tried to restore them, how he wants to emulate the Blackpool exhibitions. I mean, he was great to listen to, and just about getting that Independence Day alien in the van, going to London, pickups, absolute labour of love. So it shines through, because your eyes are at the ceiling, at every level. He's created all the display stands, and you really have to go slowly through that museum.
You do. I mean, you mentioned Neil's devotion to restoring these things. I mean, it's above and beyond. I mean, it was a real thrill to see the red pteroleptal. Now, you can actually go to Neil's Facebook page, as well as talk to him if you visit the Museum of Classic Sci-Fi, and he will tell you about the state that pteroleptal here was in when it arrived to him, and what he had to do to restore it and make it look gorgeous. And you couldn't tell, really, could you really? I mean, when you're looking at this, and we were looking at it as fans do, we were looking at every single detail to appreciate all the work that had gone into this. But it was absolutely gorgeous. There was so much there as well. I mean, we just tipped the iceberg to you there, but the other, I mean, look at this. That's the baby from Delta and the Bannerman, the actual prop that was used and held by Belinda. And it was quite weird to see that one as well, wasn't it? Because it looks like it was done just a few days ago. But, it was wonderful.
He's doing his job in particular. He talked us through it, didn't he? Obviously, he wants to restore what he can, maintain what he can, keep it safe, because obviously the lighting is different nowadays, and it's cooler in the cellar, basement area where he's got the museum. And of course he talked about the old exhibitions where they go from very hot in the summer to very cold in the winter, and he's very, very concerned about classic Who and the preservation of as much as possible. And if anybody can support him, go up there, support in any way you can. He also has a magazine, doesn't he? He has a presence on a few platforms, but he also has a job as well. And I think it's got to be pointed out that I'm always amazed when I meet people like this. The depth of love for this program from fans who go above and beyond and go so far. I mean, this man has just picked up an interest. And now when you talk to him, I mean, the knowledge there, and also his care in how to make sure he doesn't. It's like if you see a ruin of a castle, he doesn't. He said he's had certain people talk to him over the years saying, you could have revamped it this way, you could have rebuilt it. In fact, you could actually do a Mondasian Cyberman from scratch. And he said, I'm not doing cosplay.
No, it's authentic.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wherever he can, and he can source the original props, he will do. But what you get from this whole thing is there's a lot of respect, there's a lot of love and care into this, a lot of planning, a lot of thought. I mean, Neil built this thing from scratch. It took him years, and the story is available on his Facebook page, which we're showing down there on the scroll. And also on the website, which is museumofclassicsci-fi.com. So it's all catalogued there. He's also got a YouTube channel if you look up Museum of Classic Sci-Fi. So there's a whole documentation of where he started to where he is today. And he did. Blood, sweat and tears have gone into this place, but it's worth every single second of the love and care he's put into it, because to go in and see all our favourites from Doctor Who preserved there, as well as all these other things, which you just think, my goodness, how the hell have you got hold of this, and where's that come from? And it's just amazing. Very, very, I would recommend it highly. Go along and support him. We've got all the details there for you. It was great to be there and visit it after months and months and months, and possibly even years of thinking, I've got to get down there. And it was just a joy, an absolute joy. He's also producing some books, as you mentioned there, Brendan, as well. So you can keep in touch with me on his Facebook page there, because there's some really good books coming. And of course, if you want to see more of it, Real Time Pictures have produced, as part of their Doctor on Display series, a film all about Neil's museum. So you can order that from Real Time Pictures.
And I think as fans, if we really like to see and revisit Classic Who, we've got to support people like Neil Cole, because what came through in when we talked to him was his dedication to the fact that we all know there's fans out there across the world who hoard props, but they keep them behind the scenes and nobody can ever view them. Neil Cole is dedicated to collecting material for us to keep seeing. So we've got to support him. Absolutely.
We've got the address for you here as well, if you'd like to go and see Mr. Cole down at where he is with his classic science fiction museum. It's Osborne House at the Peth, Allendale, Northumberland, NE47 9BJ. Osborne House, the Peth, Allendale, Northumberland, NE47 9BJ. Going to keep the scroll up for you for a little bit longer now as well. But I think we'll hand over to the man himself, actually, because yes, of course he was around. Of course he was, and we got to chat with him. Yes, we may have had a couple of drinks afterwards as well. But thank you for watching this. Visitations here is on Who's Views. Goodness knows where we'll go next in the world of Doctor Who. Thank you for joining me, Brendan. Great to see you yesterday as well. And yeah, we're going to leave you with the man himself here on this video. Don't forget to like, please share this video as well. Please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you again soon. But for now, here's Neil. Cheers. So here we are with Neil Cole himself at his marvellous museum.
Hello everybody.
Yeah,
this is the Museum of Classic Sci-Fi. A few of you may have heard of us by now, or heard of me in this place by now. This is the famous, infamous Allendale, which beat the local council quite spectacularly, really. So yeah, this houses now what is probably the largest collection of classic Doctor Who, certainly on display permanently in the UK. It also has a nice little collection of other science fiction, including Star Wars, Alien, Independence Day, we just got a lovely piece for. And the whole point of this was really, it's my love letter to the Blackpool exhibition of the 70s. I put it together very much in the style of that. And it's designed by a fan who missed the closure of the Blackpool exhibition in the 2000s. And it's my permanent exhibition that you can come to all year round and still see the stuff. Not on screen, not on someone's website collection. You can come and see it, okay? And please do, because that's why I've done this. And I've just got my first cash card reader because I'm a dinosaur, and I've just got, and I'm also illustrating a Doctor Who book that's going to be coming out shortly. So stay
And what are you at? Where can we find you? Facebook,
Oh,
etc.?
yes, find me on Facebook. Please like the Facebook page and support me that way. It's Neil Cole's Adventures in Science Fiction, which is a strange name, but that was made at the start of the project before we even knew it was called the Museum of Classic Sci-Fi. And also you can find museumofclassicsci-fi.com is the website. And I am on Instagram as Classic Sci-Fi Museum, and I've got a YouTube channel which is just Neil Cole. And you'll see blogs and restorations, because that's what I do. I restore Doctor Who props and bring them back and save them from going in the great skip in the sky.
And in the Facebook, you update that a lot with what you're working on now.
Yes, constantly update that. There is a Friends of the Museum as well. For people who want to, I do a magazine. People who want to get really in-depth, I get exclusive pictures from people who made the programmes. All sorts of things in the magazines as well.
And you open all year? What your hours?
All year round. Always, all year round. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And in school holidays, which are the Northumberland County Council school holidays, we open Wednesdays as well. But in the winter, I close, particularly that extra bit in the middle allows me time to restore, write magazine, do the artwork. But always open Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Get lots of people saying, "Are you open this Monday?" We are always open. Right. Get this, guys. We're always open. Always open. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
And finally, just give us the address.
The address
Just where we are.
We are in Allendale, which is in the North Pennines, Northumberland. It's Osborne House in Allendale. And if you put that in, I'm sure it'll come up. But it's, do you want the postcode?
Yes, please.
North East 47 9BJ. And you will get our handy-dandy destination. That is on the website as well.
And it's just a drive off the A69. If you're going Carlisle to Newcastle, it's a doddle.
You can check us out as well on... Yes, if people think Allendale's in the middle of nowhere, it's not really. It's about halfway between Carlisle and Newcastle. So if you get to either of those, it's about sort of half an hour, I don't know, a little drive there. It's nothing too bad. And it's a beautiful village. There's a lovely coffee shop, art centre.
It's England.
Yeah. It's the North Pennines. The North Pennines as well, guys. It doesn't get that many visitors in compared to... We've got the Roman Wall to the north. We've got the Lake District to the south. They get tranches of visitors. This is like a little bit of a little hidden gem. Honestly, you have a lovely day. You come on.
Thanks, Neil.
Well worth it.